After travelling South America, Jess Fellows returned to the UK to discover that she has type 1 diabetes, and since then she's been on a journey learning to live well with the condition.
For me, staying active really helps, so cycling everywhere as my mode of transport, but also for pleasure as well. Doing lots of yoga, meditation, breathing, just staying really in my body, and yeah, as much as I can. You have to check your blood a lot, which doesn't sound like much of a big deal, but it does wear you down because you're pricking your fingers all the time. So I've just got loads of holes in my fingers, and it doesn't hurt loads, but it's also not pain-free. And it's always at the back of your mind. So even though your diabetic kit can be, not on your person, it's still in your mind all the time. I'm always thinking about when my next meal will be, and I panic if I don't know when that's coming. It's quite high pressured. I mean, I've definitely found that my mental health has suffered somewhat. Like, I definitely have more anxiety nowadays and occasionally panic attacks, which aren't fun. But I mean, there's so much support out there. The NHS on the whole have been amazing. There's also a really big online community, so I don't feel isolated with it, and I have a lot of support from my friends and family who understand the condition really well.
And despite her condition, Jess is planning to take on a challenge of epic proportions.
So we've done a few cycling tours already, me and my boyfriend, and we've always thought in our dreams we'll love to do a round the world tour one day, and it's not that uncommon now. There are a lot of people that cycle around the world, but I think I'd be the first diabetic to do it, so that is quite a big undertaking.
Because of her type 1 diabetes, Jess's body doesn't produce insulin, a hormone which stores energy from food. Without this vital medicine, Jess would die, but price, availability and access of insulin can vary from country to country.
That's what I'm really interested about, and meeting different diabetics around the world and how they cope and deal with it. It's quite weird that there's not much information online in terms of buying insulin, whether you can buy it over the counter or get a prescription off the local doctor. Because when we did a cycle tour across Europe, one of my last vials smashed on the ground, and so panic set in, and I went to a local pharmacy and they said, oh, you need a local prescription from a local doctor. And I don't know why I didn't just go and source that, but instead I rang my mom in a panic, and she just flew out with insulin. So bless her, my mom and dad came and had a little jolly, so that was nice for them. But obviously I can't rely on my mom and dad doing that when we're in the Gobi Desert. I really want to showcase what people can do with this condition, and I don't want it to feel like it's a limiting factor for anyone. Yes, you have to manage it carefully, and yes, you have to be more aware of what you're putting into your body and what you're putting out, but generally I just don't want people to feel like they are housebound or town-bound. Like, you can literally keep traveling and keep having adventures even with this condition.